What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. UFC 305 Edwards versus Muhammad 2 review recap here, guys. I know you guys are probably saying, man, you're doing a video on Sunday, a review video. Yeah, I used to do this back in the days on my original channel, Wayne Gitchy. This channel here, the True Analyst channel, was originally Wayne Gitchy. I just made a new channel, kind of separated from my Wayne Gitchy channel. But I used to do all the recaps over there and, stay more consistent. So I'm going to be doing more consistent videos, a little more reviews, recaps. I'm even going to go live. Not sure when I'm going to do it, but it's going to be pretty soon, maybe on the next coming event. So that's a quick review here, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. I'm just trying to grow the channel some more. Check out my Patreon account. Also, you can donate to PayPal, okay? This fight card, like I said, every fight card is good to me, but it was a little bit slow at times, but it picked up, in the main event, right? On the main card. So what we see here was some fights, like I said, was kind of slow. Shannon Bannon versus Alice. To me, it was a back and forward fight. I felt Alice kind of had that. Felt she got robbed a little bit, but it is what it is. But hats off to both fighters there. Mick Parkin did what I said he was going to do. Sam Patterson did exactly what I said he was going to do, pulling up for submissions. Modesto looked pretty good, man. He has improved a lot. Very, very much. He's more active, a lot more volume from him. I didn't really expect that. I expect a little bit more lower volume, but he went in there and he changed up the game, right? Like I said, guys, my channel is not about throwing hate. It's all about love. It's not about tearing on the fighters, because a lot of these guys, man, all the guys are to put their health on the line, and your health is your wealth. So hats off to every single fighter. There's no hate. I'm not here to disrespect anybody, depending what religion you are or what skin color, nothing like that. There's all love. At the end of the day, we're all one. There's no try to separate each other and disrespect each other. It's nothing like that, right? All over the end of the day, man. Alban actually surprised me. I had Parson, and Alban surprised me on this card, man. He went in there and looked completely different. Striking looked good. His ground game looked good. I expect a little more from Parson, but like I said, it is what it is. The guys come in, they made way to put the work in, but just not his, it's just not his day. Everybody have the day, you got your ups and downs, you lose some, win some, and from my experience, you learn a lot from a loss than you do from a win. And when you lost, you should come back better, right? And sometimes you may do the same thing in 2-3 fights, take you a little while to learn your lesson, but eventually you pick it up, right? So good performance by both guys, good performance by Alban, Muhammad, and Manuel Cape. I felt like Cape won this fight, but I think Cape hurt his toe in this fight, maybe dislocation or broken, but I felt Manuel did a little bit more damage on the striking. I don't feel like Muhammad did enough, but like I said, Muhammad, hometown favorite guy, so it is what it is. And if we go judges, but again, all over the end of the day, both guys went in there and performed, and fight started off a little slow, but it is what it is, man. Both of these guys were hyped up to fight each other, and then the fight was kind of slow, a little bit here and there and here. But it's all about pacing himself and timing, because nobody don't want to make that first move because you get countered. And Manuel Cap is known to counter, so Muhammad didn't want to rush in, and start throwing punches, and then Cap would counter him. So there's a little bit of waiting game there. Neither guy wanted to be the first one to throw, really. So, but like I said, overall, the fight picked up, and into maybe middle of the second to third. But I felt Cap won it though. But again, it is what it is. Jake Adley, he went in there and did his stint too. This one was kind of tricky too, man. I felt Colin was kind of stiff in this fight. And Jake was kind of countering a lot, but kind of touching him up a little bit. It looked like Jake was more on the back foot, but the problem is that Colin was pushing forward, a lot of pressure, but Colin wasn't at times connecting, and Jake was just countering, you know. So I think that's what it's there that Jake won this fight. But like I said, man, good performance by both guys. Jake, again, hometown favorite guy, right? Bruno Brazil, very, very impressive. You know, coming from the Fighting Nerds, which Fighting Nerds gyms is looking pretty good now, man. Those all the guys in there are very good fighters. You know, Molly McCann is known more for a brawler. You know, to me, skill wise, I never felt that Molly McCann was a very technical fighter. You know, but she's more like a dog and have the heart and push forward and like a brawler. You know, but you know, Bruno Brazil has a technique and she's very skilled woman, but she had a thing where you could pressure her. You know, once you take away her range, which is long, and you get in the inside in boxing, she tend not to do too well. She always look like she needs the fight to be clean, you know, staying on the outside. And Molly McCann was doing that, but Bruno, you know, has improved. You know, she's using her footwork, she's avoiding the strikes and countering a lot with knees coming in, elbows, and just she's keeping the fight at the range that she wants the fight to be at, which, you know, she can do it, but in fights that I've seen, when the person is a bully and with heavy hands and coming forward, there's times when she just kind of like shies up in the fight and kind of fades away and get taken down and get beat up on the foot, and also sometimes can get knocked out. But she improved with Molly. She showed that she can keep the pace under pressure. She can backpedal and cut corners and side to side movement. You know, just don't stay in the middle and counter going backwards and avoid getting touched. You know, and even get takedowns. You know what I'm saying? And avoid getting knocked out and hurt in the foot. So she showed that she has improved a lot, man. And that's a good performance by Bruno Brazil. Good performance by Molly, showing heart. She got hit to the body a couple times to the liver, almost got finished. But I said, you know, it's a tough game, man. And you train, you know, you do all the preparation, then you come in here and, you know, one person got a win. You could go to a draw, you know, and it is what it is. But good performance by Bruno. She had the reach in this fight, and she showed that she can get into a firefight, you know, into like kind of like a dirty fight, but still keep a composure and still keep that technique, kind of like what Anderson Silva does. You know, she likes Anderson Silva a lot. So she showed that she can backpedal and still land the techniques and keep the composure and not fade away, not shy away from the strikes when it's not in her range, you know, but then she can still control it. So good performance by Bruno Brazil in that one, man. She showed great improvement. Good performance by Molly McCann too. All up at the end of the day, man. Tanya Wood, Daniel Pinedo. Daniel Wood did exactly what he needed to do in that fight, and he pulled it off. You know, Daniel, hats up to Daniel too. Tough, durable guy, man. Took a lot of beating in that fight. Came back in the third round though. Had Daniel Wood nearly the entire third round on his back. But Wood did a great job in that fight, man. Arnold Allen, Giga Ducati. This one was kind of up and down kind of fight. Giga was taking it to Arnold Allen, man. You know, pushing good first round. It looked like he could have even win the second round, but Arnold Allen had him the entire third round, man. You know, Giga kind of gassed out in the end of the second into the third, and that's usually, you know, what's usually happen to Giga. Usually fades in the later rounds, man. But great performance by both guys. Robocop, Gego Rodriguez, CLD called it exactly how it's going to be. You know, CLD and Bruno Brazil, you know, kind of similar, but CLD didn't improve on that aspect of, say, the guys pushing forward, cutting him off, bully mentality, dog, heavy punches, heavy strikes like Gregor Rodriguez. If you see that fight, CLD kind of using his footwork, but when he get touched, he kind of turn his head. Use his footwork, but kind of shy away from the punches. He cannot stay. He's good on the outside, long. When the fight is nice and neat and clean, he's good. But once the guy start to put mad pressure on him, he doesn't know how to handle it. He's not good on inside. He probably can throw elbows and everything like that from the inside, but then he doesn't know how to use the hands like box and slip on the inside and keep the fight to where he can control it and then get back on the outside and keep that composure. Bruno figured that out, and she has gotten better in it. CLD hasn't figured it out yet. I'm saying he needs to get back to the basics. And that's why I had Gregory Rodriguez with me, because I know that from what I see from CLD, every single fight, is pretty much the same. When it's nice and clean for him, he can touch you up, flying knee coming in, spinning elbows, looks good, and then kind of keep the guy at bay. But once the guy start to come forward and the shots that CLD is throwing doesn't bother the guy that's coming forward, he's going to be in problem. And Greg Rodriguez is good at that. He can come in, slip, throw the heavy shots, go for takedown. He's just Gregor Rodriguez is he's experienced, seen it before, and there's no threat. Whatever CLD is throwing, Gregor Rodriguez is like, I'm just gonna walk through it. And Molly McCann, she's a brawler, but her strikes, she has heavy strikes, but it's nothing like Greg Rodriguez, even though it's different weight class, woman and guy, whatever. But just saying skill level, Greg Rodriguez is a lot more skill. He is more well-rounded as far as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts, and just his boxing is better, right? So if Molly McCann had the striking like what Rodriguez had and the ground, then it would have been different. You see what I'm saying? But the fact that Molly McCann doesn't really have that, but she does have some striking, but it's not on that level though, So that's why I thought that she would have done, that Molly McCann would have done better. But Gregor Rodriguez showed it, that, it's just different levels to the game, man. And, hats off to CLD. Like I said, he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, he's a good martial artist. Good technique, he's nice with it. But when it gets too close and gets kind of dirty, he doesn't do as well, man. And especially when the guy is a good martial artist too. And Gregor Rodriguez is a good martial artist and very well rounded with heavy boxing. And the guy can take a shot, man, and keep coming forward. Robocop. His nickname says everything, right? So CLD does need to work on, as well as being on outside, to stay on the inside too and work the body uppercuts. Don't get lost on the inside, and be able to can skip back out and still keep that same composure and strike long range. So work on both distance and range, not just on outside. Yeah, you're good on the outside, but what happened if the guy close the distance on you? The guy's a dog, and Greg Rodriguez is a dog. He closes the distance on you because he just doesn't fear your outside game, or he cuts you off. Now you're inside with a guy that's throwing heavy. Then what are you going to do now? You see? It's all good to stay on the outside, because I'm kind of like that too. It's all good to stay on the outside, but then what happens if the fight get real tight? That's why I work my inside game too, as well as my jiu-jitsu. How to clinch up, how to tie up, even take the guy down if I need to, which CLD was going for takedowns. You can see, I think the first round he was going for takedowns, because you notice that the power from Rodriguez was man-packed mad power, man. But CLD got good defense though. I can give him that. His defense is good. It's just that when it gets too dirty, he tends not to know how to throw where it's effective and control the inside. Even though the inside game is not really his thing, but control the inside a little bit for you to get back outside. If that makes any sense, where he's good at. So just needs to work on that. But hats off to both guys. CLD did a good job, and Greg Rodriguez did an amazing job too. So it's a pretty good fight. I think this was probably one of the best fights in the card to me. Bruna Silva fight was pretty good too, which, like I said, she really surprised me. She did a very good job on that fight. Mick Parkin fight was pretty good too. Paddy Pimblett and Bobby Green, good performance by Paddy. He said he would win, and just one of those things where you can say fight IQ, but again, Bobby Green is he's a good fighter, He wins some, lose some. Like I said, you learn a lot more from a loss than you from win, and you make changes. But Bobby, he went for he went for a shot. He went for, I think, a double leg or single leg. You went towards Paddy's pivoting strength. That doesn't make any sense. Paddy Pimblton is known for submission. Striking, he's still working on his striking, to be honest, man. His striking is still not that good because the way how he throws, you can tell his chin is up, and his punches, kind of head is kind of turning. His fundamentals is not there, and Bobby even know that. So Bobby shouldn't go for no takedown. It doesn't make any sense. You're throwing yourself down right into his guillotine, but you end up into a triangle. He went down and into which Paddy had him in a guillotine, and then he got out of that. Okay, but now you're in this guard where the guy is known for submitting people. I mean, this goes back to ego too. A lot of these guys in the game, they have egos. And that's one thing that I had to learn. You gotta let that ego go, man. That ego is what destroys you. Is what kick your butt. It destroys you, man. And you go into this where, oh man, I'm just like, my grown game is better. I'm gonna do this and do that. Man, this guy is, but the guy is known to submit people, and he's good at it. And not saying Bobby Green is not good in submission, but Paddy, I believe majority of his wins are by submission. I mean, if I'm not wrong, the guy is known for submitting people, man. I'm not saying he doesn't probably knock people out, but I believe his his safe zone or his strength, I would say, is his submission game. And Green is more known for in and out movement, is Philly shell and slipping and hands down kind of style. He's like more known for that. So there's no reason for Bobby to be shooting. That just doesn't make any sense. That goes back to ego and IQ. But again, that's not me saying that's not disrespect. It's just the fact. There's truth and there's lies. I like to speak the truth. I'm not here to disrespect any fighter or any martial artist or whatever you want to call yourself, right? 10 by submission. He's only been submitted one time. Bobby Green, I believe, been submitting a lot of times. And that's Bobby Green's weakness. He submitted 3 times. Bobby has 9 by submission. So, Bobby had submission chances. He submitted Tony Ferguson, but that's his only submission in a long time. And they had a submission before that submission. His last submission was 2013. Paddy's like pretty much submitting guys back to back, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Jordan Levitt, Rodrigo Vargas back to back, David Martinez. You know what I'm saying? So that's this guy's strength. It's a submission game, man. You don't throw yourself down, or go for double leg in the first round. That's not good. He kind of gave that fight away. He said he just threw himself into Paddy and said, "Paddy, just submit me, man." But it is what it is, though. Like I said, we learn, from losses, and hats off to these both guys putting their health on the line here. It's all over at the end of the day. And, it is what it is. Tom Aspinall did exactly what I said would do. First round finish, Tom is just was it 265, I believe, his weight. But the guy moved like 205. He's very, very light. He's actually 251. Very, very light on the feet, man. Hands are freaking quick. His ground defense is good. BJJ black belt. The guy's pretty well rounded, man. He's nice all the way around, man. Hats off to Curtis Blades, I'm pretty sure that he's okay. We don't want to see anybody get hurt like that. But that's part of the game that you sign up for. You can get knocked out, broken arm, submission, or even worse. So hats off to Curtis Blades to being in there and going toe to toe with Tom Aspinall, who is pretty much it was a quicker fighter that night. Quicker fighter, got power, speed produces power, nice in and out movement. So hats off to Tom Aspinall, hats off to Curtis Blades. And like I said, I know that he's okay. He got up and everything seemed okay. All right. Tom Aspinall and John Jones. I can tell you now that Tom Aspinall beats John Jones. I can tell you that now. Straight up. If they fight, Tom Aspinall will beat John Jones. People were like, look at what he did to Cyrix Gain, but you have to understand that Tom Aspinall is well-rounded. Gain is, I don't believe is as well-rounded. No, so I take that back. Gain is not well-rounded as Tom Aspinall is. Tom Aspinall is very good on the ground, BJJ black belt, and I would say that Tom Aspinall is a little bit more elusive than Gain, as far as the coming in and letting the hands go. Gain sometimes would be kind of hesitant. Tom Aspinall will let it go in and out. It's quick. He looks good on the foot. He beats Jones, man. I mean, I'm saying that no, and yeah, speed advantage over Jones. The technicality, Jones is technical, but like I said, from what I've seen from Jones prior fights, Tom beat Jones. Tom Jones. And yeah, Jones is just not as active, man. He just hasn't been fighting. And Jones, and this is a higher weight class for Jones. Jones usually at 205, right? Exactly. So yeah, I'm liking Tom here, if they do fight. But good fight, good matchup here. Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades was a good fight. Hats off to both guys. Belal Muhammad and Leon Edwards, man. Good performance by Belal Muhammad, man. Very good performance, man. I had Leon Edwards, but like I said, man, one of my subscribers said that, I believe he said that Belal Muhammad would have won, which, there's no ego here, all of the end of the day. And like I said, leave your picks down below, guys. And, just let me know, like how you feel and who you feel going to win. I mean, I could leave predictions and leave all these things, but sometimes I'm wrong. Belal's victory and his graduation to champion is going to be glorious in Manchester, no less. And it did happen, And I replied, there's always upsets, especially on pay-per-view and the main card. I won't be surprised. Appreciate the love. And like I said, I'm not too surprised, but at the same time, Belal has improved. The last time Leon Edwards and Belal fought, there was an eye poke, but Leon Edwards was kind of beating Belal in that first round, in the first fight, but that was from 2021. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was from 2021, man. So like a good 3 years of improvement, and and he showed it that he has improved, man. I believe he was working with Habib, working on his boxing, kind of having that the boxing has that what's the name of that boxer? Man, his boxing it has improved on, man. Very, very much. His wrestling was always there, but he's a little more elusive with the takedowns. He actually slammed down Leon Edwards on his head, spiked him on his head. I believe he's Canelo. His hands are like Canelo, which I noticed that the movement in the boxing is like Canelo, right? So there's a lot of improvement from Belal from the last time him and Leon fought. So I'm judging it from, I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm seeing it from 2021, how they looked. I'm like, oh man, but then also again, you shouldn't really look at it from then, look what I did to Sean Brady, look what I did to Gilbert Burns, look what I did to Stephen Thompson, Vincent LeCue, look what I did to these guys there, and especially Sean Brady. Sean Brady, I was impressed, so in my mind, I kind of felt like, that Belal, I feel like he could beat Leon, man. There's a strong possibility, So that's why I wasn't too surprised, but I'm just more surprised of how he looked, the improvement he has made, even from when he beat Sean Brady, how he's improved. He improved massively. A rematch with Leon, he will beat Leon again. Because it's just, I feel he beat Leon everywhere, striking and the ground. He beat him up with the boxing, beat him up with the takedowns and the wrestling. He beat him up everywhere, man. So it's not like, you know, like like Muhammad was just looking to get a takedown and that was it, because he couldn't handle the striking from Leon. That wasn't the case. Actually, the striking is what got him the takedowns. In the first round, he kind of hurt Leon a little bit with the uppercuts. And the striking, he uses the striking to dictate the wrestling. I mean, from what I see. So yeah, man, that's a good performance by Belal Muhammad, and enough respect to Belal Muhammad all over the end of the day. I know a lot of people may not, I guess, hate whatever based on his religion and maybe look or whatever. Like I said, this channel is not about that. It's we're open-minded here. There's no separation. We all come together as one, regardless of regardless of what you religion or whatever you are. It's just at the end of the day, man, it's all love. At the end of the day, we're all here to learn and to be better and move forward. It ain't about like throwing stones at people and disrespecting somebody, try to break them down just to make yourself feel better. And that seems to be the problem with a lot of these like the game nowadays and just overall the world. A lot of people, they want to talk and destroy somebody and break them down just for views and laughs, and that seems to be the issue nowadays. You have the people behind the keyboard, them just typing, and then when you see them in person, they're smiling at you and acting nice, but when behind the closed door, they hide out and the keyboard warrior, typing and saying all this crap and hating on people and just destroying them, and they feel like that's going to get them more views, by just disrespecting somebody else. At the end of the day, it doesn't work out because we're looking at longevity, not short term. And like I always say, love is the answer. Whatever you put out is what you're going to get back. So you always want to show love and respect, because at the end of the day, man, like I said, you throw negative energy, you get negative energy thrown right back at you, boom, in your face. You put out positivity, you get that positive energy. Even if you mess up on some picks, you have a low pick, but the love, man, show the love, you show the respect. And I have respect for all these guys that went in there and put their energy on there and put their health, and it's not an easy sport to get into. And I know this because I also train too. So I know what it takes to go in there and put your health in there. And I'm not here to disrespect any of these guys. And hats off to Belal Muhammad. Excellent performance by this guy here, by Belal Muhammad. Excellent performance by Leon Edwards, for going in there and just competing and doing the best he can. But that night wasn't his night, and it is what it is, man. Maybe he go back, put some different work in, and come back, maybe get a rematch. I don't know what Belal Muhammad looked like. Belal Muhammad doesn't want to rematch him though. So from what I heard, so it is what it is. And yeah, we're on to the next card here, guys. And next card is going to be UFC Fight Night. Sanahan versus Nagomedov. Ooh, this is going to be a good one here. That's actually a good matchup, man. Sanahan versus Nagomedov. That could actually be a pay-per-view fight, to be honest with you. Also, Nagomedov, Nurmagomedov and Magomedov. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Against Mikhail Olechek. That's going to be a good fight too. Marlon Vera versus Figueiredo. Excellent fight also. Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chiesa. Tony Ferguson is still fighting in there. Wow. All right. Kenzie Durham versus Lupita Gordides. It's a good card. Like I said, every card is good, man. Sometimes, like I always say, guys, once you start to break these fights down, I don't judge a book by the cover, because when you start to go in there and you start analyzing and start breaking it down, you're like, damn, this is a good matchup. Damn, this is a good matchup. Damn. And usually these are the cards, the fight nights that are usually the more exciting fights, the more fast-paced action than sometimes the pay-per-view cards, to be honest with you. People think that pay-per-view cards are like the best, but like I said, every card is potentially good, but I'm talking about the fast-paced versus sometimes, the slow-paced fights, which can be dragging on, but when the UFC Fight Night, you may find some fights in the UFC Fight Night, like every fight is good in the UFC Fight Night cards, it's just more exciting and just more fast-paced. So this is a pretty good card here. I'm gonna go in there and knock this out for you guys. Try to get this out early to you guys too. Like I said, I'm trying to stay more consistent, with my, with my channel here, and try to get more subscribers and try to build it up a little bit more. I'm gonna do some live streaming too, and yeah, that's pretty much it there, guys. All over the end of the day, man, like I said, let love guide you, not hate, man. No matter what, man, let love guide you, not hate, man. You won't get nowhere by tearing somebody else down, man. It doesn't matter what religion they are or whatever it is, man. Everybody has that special light inside of them, the energy, and we all got that. The thing that we need to do is take that energy, come together and share it, and make it into something positive. Like I said, what you put out is what you get back. You keep throwing shade, keep throwing hate, that's all you're going to get back. And it's not going to be longevity. It's only going to be short term. Trust me on this, guys. I've been up and I've been down in a lot of things, man. I've been doing all type of different things in my life, and I've thrown some shade too and some negative things at certain people, and it came back and bashed me in my face. It taught me a lesson, and that's why, I kind of redo things over and go back within myself, and I'm not faking it. I'm actually being real with it because I learned my lesson. And I just learned that the positive energy you put out, the positive energy you get back, and what you put in is what you're gonna get out, and what you put out is what you're always gonna get back. Always remember this, guys. No matter what you do, if you want to do anything long term, do it with love, man. All right. Hats off to everybody. Wonderful tour, you guys. Check out the prediction coming soon. Probably get it out by. I'm gonna try to get it out by tomorrow, man. All right. One love. Us.